Hey, what's up everyone? So it's Easter Sunday here, opening week of trout season in Pennsylvania. I fished a little bit yesterday, but I didn't have my camera with me for the most part. I didn't have much time to fish in the morning, so I just I went out. I knew it was gonna be full. It was like 22 degrees when I left the house. So I just took my spinning rod, caught a few fish, then called it quits, and had something to take care of. I went back out a little bit in the afternoon, evening. Got some of that on camera. Caught a few fish. Not much, but I'm back out here today, and I have my fly rod. Hopefully, I can get some footage here. I wanted to get something on for opening day of trout or opening weekend. I don't know. I drove by here yesterday morning. I thought about coming here first, and there were about a dozen cars here an hour before you could start fishing. Today you can fish whenever you want. It's about 10 degrees warmer at this time, and there's no one here. So I don't know if it's a good sign, bad sign, but I'll get you on my head here and get my rod put together and just see what happens. All right, so I got my rod together. I'm just fishing. I had a mop fly on to end the day yesterday. Didn't catch anything on it, but I'm gonna start out with that here this morning. Mop fly and pheasant tail. Hopefully, if I can catch some fish, I'd like to try and keep a limit today. Only kept a couple yesterday. I'm gonna give some to my grandparents. They like to eat trout. There's a fish. Gotta watch under this bridge. Can't lift your 10-foot rod the whole way up, I don't think. So that's the taker on the mop fly. Figured that would be my best bet here early. It's a little brookie. It's a decent fish. I'm gonna throw the brookies back here to start anyway. There, one chased. So I just ditched my fly rod here for a few minutes. Get it back out once the sun comes out. And just missed one. I haven't really spinner fished much. I didn't catch anything with my fly rod through here quick. So I grabbed my spinning rod, toss it around a little bit till the sun comes out. And then I'll probably switch back to my fly rod. There's a fish. Feels like a decent one. Keep him out of the trees, hopefully. It's a nice fish. Nice brookie. Keep him. Yeah, there he is. Back-to-back casts. Another brookie. He got off. I didn't spinner fish at all last year, and I fly fished yesterday and spinner fish yesterday, and definitely enjoy fly fishing more. But it's nice to fish this way too every once in a while. It's still a fun and effective way to catch fish, and it's cool to feel them strike like that. You don't really get that much fly fishing. I think maybe I got a decent fish on here. Hasn't come to the surface at all. Oh, that's a big fish. That's a big fish. That's a big brookie. Very big brook trout. Ooh. You can get a couple of good fillets out of that one. That's probably the biggest trout I've ever kept. I usually throw them back this size, but that's a big fish. That's one of the bigger stock fish I've ever caught out of this creek. And I've been fishing it my whole life. This right here is part of the reason I prefer to fly fish. You don't have to deal with birds' nests. Alright, I'm back out with the fly rod now. I switched spots here. I fished this some last night. Caught a few fish. The reason I came here though, it's an easier section to wade. Has some nice riffles that the fish hang out in sometimes. And it's just a more enjoyable way to fly fish than the spots I was at this morning. Sun's shining a little bit now. Should be warming up here as the day goes on, so hopefully the fishing picks up, fish cooperate, and I can get some fish on camera here. All right, got into my first fish here at my new spot. Looks like a half decent rainbow. Can't tell if he's on the squirmy or not. That's what's fun about rainbows. They run, they make runs, they jump. I don't think the other stocked fish really do that. Brookies and browns, not too often anyway. So it looks like it is on the squirmy. The rainbows just seem to love that fly. A pretty decent fish. Put up a good fight. See if we can get another one. I don't know if that was a hit or not. Yep, he came back for it. Came back for it. Let's see, did he take the squirmy? Yep. Yep, they can't resist the squirmy. It's kind of a long, skinny fella. Just hooked into a fish here. Can't tell. It's not really doing anything. I don't know if it's big, small, trout. It's just kind of... There we got a glimpse of it. It's not real big. Oh, this is decent. This one is actually on the pheasant tail. Most of these rainbows take the squirmy. This one did not. Come on. And honestly, I'm moving pretty quick through some of this water. Probably catch a couple more fish if I'd slow down and really fish it, but it's pretty cold. My toes are pretty cold. Standing in place doesn't really help that. So I try and move around and stay warm as I can here. Other than my toes, I'm not too bad, but standing in water, I don't know. I don't have my thermometer. I might have my thermometer with, but standing in cold water isn't really super fun. Let me see if I have that. Let's see what the water temperature is. Yeah, I have it with me here. I just take the temperature here around the surface. So there the temp's about 46, assuming this thermometer's right. But I'm not super familiar with this stretch. It seems like everywhere I stand, I feel like I'm standing in the best part. So what I'm trying to do is kind of start towards this bank, fish my way out towards the other bank, and then back up. And then move down a little bit, fish out towards the middle, then fish towards the bank and keep doing that. That way you can kind of cover it all. If you're familiar with it, you know where the deeper water is or the prime spots are. Makes it easier, but I really have no idea. So I'm just trying to work as much of the creek as I can without spooking the fish before I make a cast or two to them. Right there's a fish. Ooh, that's on the pheasant tail. That guy's having a good time. Yeah, see, if I didn't back up there, that fish would have been, I would have walked right over that because I was fishing towards the other bank. I never would have even made a cast to him. So, always try and cover as much water as you can. It's not, there's no one here, so if I bust a few fish, it's not really a big deal. I'll find some more down through. If you're fishing a busy creek, you don't want to walk over some of that water because you may not find any water that hasn't been disturbed yet. So you're gonna take advantage of as much water as you can while you can. There's a fish. I don't know that I got the best hook set on that one. Hopefully we can keep him on. I like to try and keep side pressure when I can. I think if you get your rod too far up in the air, your rod tip, seems like the fish get off. So I try and keep side pressure until they get tired, and as their head starts coming to the top, and you keep their head up above the water, then you can lift them straight up and into your net if you have a net. And this guy's staying down on the bottom. There he comes up. Looks like a rainbow. And that's another one for the pheasant tail. So the squirmy is getting out fish, which is kind of surprising. There's a quick release. That's the barbless hook for you. This is about as far as I got yesterday. But I mean, I just picked the fish up, so we'll see. I don't know, like I said, I don't know if they bucket stock this, float stock it. And all I've caught are rainbows. I don't know, most of the creeks I fish early in the year don't get rainbows. They don't get them until the second stock, if they get them at all. But I don't know if rainbows tend to maybe move more if they put them at the bridge with the rainbows spread out. There's a decent fish. That's on the squirmy, I think. I lost a decent one in here yesterday. I wonder if this is the same one. See if we can keep them on today anyway. That's a nice rainbow. Squirmy's right in the corner of the mouth. I don't think that's the one I lost yesterday though. I think that one was a little bigger. Alright, relax, buddy. Relax. Alright, quick release. Squirmy's out of them. Silver bullet. The rainbow are definitely more active than the brookies and browns. Jump, fight more. I don't know if they tolerate the colder water a little better or what it is, but they're fun to catch for sure. Yeah. There's a fish right at the bottom. I was lifting to make a cast and I hooked him. He's on the squirmy. Come on, buddy. I'll throw him back. He's not super big. Alright, so I just moved down a good chunk from the bridge. I didn't know what to expect, but about second or third cast I hooked into a rainbow. That one's on the pheasant tail. He's an athlete. He's an athlete. There's a decent fish. That's a trout, I would say. Alright. So it looked like a spot there ought to be a fish laying. So at least some made it down this far. Funny when they just bury into the current. There's nothing you can do about it. But hope they stay on. That's one of the smaller fish I've caught today. It's still a decent fish. Just skinny guy, but there could be a second one back in there under that log. Yeah, that's good. Okay. See if there's a second one in here. Yep, there he is. There he is. Oh, this guy ain't playing around. He was full of energy. Jeez, about jumped into my face. The last one didn't jump. This one jumped. No, I think yeah. Well, some fish made it down this far anyway, that's for sure. There, I was just walking. I was just walking away from that little tree there where I caught 3. I was walking down, my flies were in the water, and one grabbed it and took off. Another rainbow. I think he has the squirmy. But yeah, I don't know if we're just getting into more fish, or it's definitely warmer now. Sun's out, temps are rising, and that might have something to do with a few more fish hitting here. See if we can get this one to me. Ooh, I had him and I missed him. I got one here that is making a run. And I know my tippet's frayed. I was gonna change, I was about to quit, so I didn't bother changing my tippet. And now I hooked into what feels like a decent fish. Hopefully it'll hold for me. But it's not really, it made one run downstream. Now it's not really fighting much. I wonder if my second fly snagged it and it's got it tangled up maybe. Yeah, that's what happened. I think he grabbed the Frenchie and the squirmy. Ended up hooking him in the tail. Dang it. Now the Frenchie came out of his mouth and he's got just a squirmy in his tail. Oh, there we got him. Alright, I got my fresh tippet on now. I don't want to fish too much longer here. I've been out for, I don't know, 5 hours now. 5-ish hours. Got some fish to clean up. It's Easter Sunday. I want to go home and watch the Phillies. They play at 1. I'm gonna fish. I can see an island, little grassy bank island type thing down there. I think it'll be easier to get out. So I'm just gonna fish down to that and hopefully pick up a couple fish. Catch one more, I'm gonna put it on my stringer. Might as well take a limit home if I'm taking 4. I just kind of do my close now as I fish down through here. So yeah, like I said, I have some fish on the stringer. There's a fish. And if you're watching me fish and I'm fishing stock streams that aren't special regulations, you're gonna see me keep trout. Not always. I do throw a lot of fish back, but I like to eat them. So that one took the blue Frenchie. I like to eat the fish. I said my grandparents like to eat them, my brother likes to eat them, but none of them fish. So I keep some for them. And I think there's time and place for it. You know, these trout were stocked for this reason. You'll never see me keeping wild trout or native brook trout, wild brown trout. I'll always throw them back. But come on, buddy. There we go. As far as stockfish, yeah, they're not my favorite fish to eat, but they make a good meal. So I've had some strikes here just letting it drift down below me when I wasn't paying attention. I think that's always good to just try and throw in some different approaches, and every now and then you get surprised. There another fish rose. That looked like a trout. I'm not sure what they're rising at. I did have a little stonefly on me earlier. There's a decent fish. Rainbow. I did have a couple stoneflies on me earlier. I don't know if some of them were coming off maybe. There's some little like midges and stuff around, but they've been around all morning and I didn't see any risers. So this one's on the squirmy. Come here, buddy. I think I'm gonna pick a few up down through this riffle. It looks like it's pretty decent water. I've seen a couple rise. That one there just caught, so hopefully there's a few more down through here. Yeah, throw upstream. So when you're using this 10-foot 3-weight, it's not the easiest thing to cast. It's different than well, I shouldn't say it's not. It's the rod. It's more. There, fish rose again. It's more the line I'm using. You're not using traditional fly line, so it's not as easy to cast. So what I like to do is just, there they rose again. Is to just, there he is. You're gonna say I let it drift it down to the bottom because sometimes they strike like they did right there, and that makes it easier to cast. So like a water load where when it's straight below you like that, the tension's on the water, so when you just flick upstream, it just flicks real easily. This looks like a decent fish. Ooh, I thought he was gonna jump. He looked like he wanted to jump. Which one did he take? He's on the squirmy as well. Right in the upper lip. There, flip out a little bit, buddy. He ain't ready. He wants to make a run for it. Come on. Come on. Oh, come on. These rainbows got energy, that's for sure. There we go. We'll make him number 5. He's a pretty healthy looking fish. And we'll release any more we catch the rest of the way. So, alright, so let me show you what I was saying here. Especially when you have, like right now, there's a tree behind me, but it's not coming into play with these short casts. So if you can, you get it behind you and just flip out like that. It works well. You can make a traditional fly cast. But if you let it drift down below you like this, it's real easy to just wheel it back and flip it up. And then you're gonna drift it down through. Just leading it right down through. You have that sighter on that you can see. Leading it. It gets to the end, so now you can flip it up, or what I've been doing here is just let it swing out. When that current grabs it, it kind of gives it a different motion. I think maybe the fish are striking on that, because I've had a few down there at the bottom. There's a fish. I'm just hammering them right here. There. I don't know if this doesn't get as much pressure or what, but I mean, it's pretty much every cast right now. I'm just pulling them in. Ooh, make a run, make a run. He's on the Frenchie. A rare Frenchie taker here. As it warms up. That's a nice fish. Come on, bud. It's funny how much they flip their heads around. They kind of remind me of a bass. Just trying to spit the hook. There we go. That's more of a nymphing right there. I got out of touch a little bit. Everyone has been hitting on the bottom of the drift. Nice to get one back up there like you're supposed to. It's funny, some of them, like, I can see that fish with my sunglasses on. I can see it underwater. And they kind of swim up to the top, and then they put their head down and dive right down to the bottom. And then they work up to the top, and then they dive down to the bottom. And that one didn't jump at all, but at least not yet. There, he jumped a little bit. Tried to. Right over here by this tree. I've seen 4 or 5 fish come up. See if we can fool any of them here. There's one. Oh, that's a good fish. Good fish. Good fish. It's not that big, but it's pulling. It took off like a bullet. I thought it was going to be a big one. It's a decent rainbow. Come on, buddy, jump. Let's see you jump. Let's see what you got. Let's see what you got. Yeah, he's burying his head down. Yeah, the way that fish, just the way that thing took off in the water, I thought it was going to be a good one. I honestly thought it was going to run me right into those branches, but not as big as I thought it was going to be, but he's a good fish. He had some fight in him, that's for sure. There, you see that rise? I'm so tempted to put a dry on, but I don't have my floating stuff with me. I'm catching them on the on the squirmy anyway, so let's just go with it. So there's a riser up there. I mean, there's fish all over. I can't tell exactly what they are. I'd say they're probably little stoneflies. I'm gonna put a dry on. I have to. How can you not? I caught enough fish on the nymphs. If I don't catch any on the dry, I'll just quit. But I think I got some stoneflies with me. Hopefully, without my floating stuff, I can still get them to drift decent. Alright, let me get a dry fly on here. Alright, so I tried a dry fly. Honestly, while I was tying it on, there were a bunch of fish rising. Until I got done, there was really no fish rising anymore. So I went back to a squirmy worm and a peeping caddis. I just wanted to try that with the green, kind of a green hot spot, give him a different look. There we go, first cast. I don't know if you can see the grass down there that I was planning to get out on. This one took the squirmy. Quick release. He refused the dry fly, but couldn't refuse the squirmy. There, I missed one. There he is. It's just one cast after the next. And I only caught 8 fish yesterday. I've caught 8 here probably in the last 25 minutes. But yeah, jump around for me, would you? Alright, come on, we'll let you go. Squirmy eater. Apparently all they stocked here are rainbows. There's a fish. It's getting ready to cast. I thought they stocked maybe some browns in here. Maybe they sock goldens. I don't know. I haven't seen any of them, but I've caught quite a few fish now. Every last one of them's a rainbow. So. Relax, bud. Relax, relax, relax. Getting into some decent fish here, too. They're pretty nice fish. Calm down. Calm down. No, calm down. Should have just netted him. Hey. Ooh, there I missed one. They're just grabbing it down at the bottom of the drift over and over again. It's kind of hilarious. Not the way it's supposed to work, but certainly ain't gonna complain about it. There's another silver bullet jumping out of the water. This is just nuts. Wish I was here on the first day. Wish I was here yesterday. I would have had a lot more fun. Oh, buddy. Okay, quick release. There was a riser. They're still rising every now and then. I see some bigger bugs around. I've watched a couple that fell in the water and didn't actually see them getting eaten. So there's another one at the bottom of the drift. So I don't know if they're eating some of them midges maybe. Or if the ones I'm watching just weren't floating over any fish. But right there's one on the water. Pretty decent bug. And I mean, I've just caught 3 or 4 fish out of there and nothing came up and hit it. So I'm not sure what they're eating. Release, and it's just one after another. There's a fish. That one was going the drift. He might actually be on the nymph. Yep, he's on the nymph. So I don't know, maybe, yeah, maybe on the drift they're taking the nymph, or on the swing they're taking the squirmy. I don't know. It's a lot of fun though. Just one after another. It's like they're waiting in line. There's a fish. That was on the drift. And he's on the squirmy. I don't know. I just think they're eating. That's all that matters. I won't try and come up with a reason. I press the power button on the camera just to break up the videos. It's easier to download them when they're shorter. And from the time it took me to click it twice, I had a fish on. That kind of sums up the early afternoon here. Or late morning, early afternoon, whatever you want to call it. That's a good fish. He's holding tight. I think he might be snagged. Maybe not. That's a good jump there. That's one of the better fish I've caught. One of the better rainbows, for sure. a nice fish. There's another one. It's literally every cast. God, are they fun. Man, I just have to put together a jumping rainbow compilation. I mean, holy heck. Every single one, not every one, a lot of them just come flying out of the water. There he is, there he is. This is insane. There's not been a single person down here fishing. I mean, it's nuts. It's just one after another. My ending point is in sight. I said, oh man, not too far upstream there. There's a fish. I said I'm gonna fish down to this grass patch. And I thought it would take about 15-20 minutes. I'm probably here close to an hour now, just catching fish after fish. But this will be it for my video today. I'll fish, like I said, I got 15 yards here, which maybe I shouldn't start my close yet. The way it was going, I might catch 5 or 6 fish till then. But yeah, this is it for today. Got do some other stuff here this afternoon. But if you're fishing in a stream that you know is stocked with rainbow trout, you gotta have a squirmy wormy. I should have put something else on just to see if I could still catch fish, or if that really is the fly. We're actually doing a tying tutorial on a squirmy wormy. If you want to see exactly how I'm tying and fishing this, check it out. And thanks for watching. It was a blast fishing today. I hope you guys enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video. Let me know what I can do better in the comments. I'm still pretty new to this. I'm having a good time doing it though. I appreciate all you guys following along. So I guess my luck ran out. So I'll call it quits right here. Then it's just drift out. And so yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to, like I said, like and subscribe. Leave any comments, what you'd like to see. If you have any questions about how I'm fishing, about my setup or anything, just let me know and I'll get back to you. Thanks guys.